And welcome to your technique video on how to do effective and safe lunges. Now, lunges is a great exercise to work the thighs, and it also does work secondarily your glutes as well. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips on how to do this effectively to get the most out of the exercise, but also how to do it safely so that we don't actually hurt those knee joints. So the first thing to start with is your leg positioning. Now, I like to use a tip where you actually go down onto the floor and onto your knees. So you want to make sure that your starting position, both legs are vertical. So we don't want this leg too far back where you can see that the thigh is not vertical to the floor. So if we bring that leg vertical, we can now see that this leg's not vertical. It's actually pointing forwards. So what we want to do is make sure our back leg is vertical and then bring this leg back so that the calf muscle is vertical to the floor as well and your body is upright. And then what you need to do is dig this toe underneath you and stand up. And that's your starting position. And you may find that it's a little bit deeper than what you're used to. I find a lot of people have their feet more here, and then when they're trying to come down, they're kind of cramp on top of themselves. So they're quite a big step back. The other thing is make sure your feet stay shoulder width apart when you step back. So come straight back into that lunge. Don't have your leg behind the other one. You know, it's like being on a tightrope. You're going to lose balance. So starting position, feel free to go down onto the ground. Make sure both legs are vertical. Dig that toe underneath and stand. And that's your starting position. Feet shoulder width apart. The other thing is make sure you're upright. Shoulders back and down. Your body is upright. Chest is out. Your back is vertical. And as you come down, you're going to keep your back vertical. So don't do this and lean forward with your torso. We want to make sure that we're effectively working that back thigh. Just going to swap legs so you can see better. So you want to keep the chest upright and come straight down. Now, the other thing you can see is as I'm coming down, this knee, the front knee, is not moving forward. This leg's staying vertical. As long as this knee stays behind your toe, we don't want it moving forward over your toe. As soon as you do that, you're pushing your body weight straight through that knee joint and pushing all your weight into that joint, which is going to put pressure on the knees. So stand upright, drop straight down and back up. And just think about the back knee. It's about the back leg going up and down, not the front leg going forwards and backwards. Now, this is a static lunge. We do this quite a bit. Straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. Keep your feet where they are and just focus on dropping that back knee as close to the floor as you can. Now, another variation of the lunges that we do quite a bit is the backwards lunge. Same format. You are going to step back. So again, get that starting position, and you might kind of need to put a mark on the floor where your feet are going to be. Get your balance. And you know that that's where your foot's going to go to. So standing, you step back, stop, drop down, and then back to center. And then other leg, stop, drop down, and back to center. Now I say step, stop, and drop so that you can get your balance. So that step, stop, and it also stops you from moving forwards into that lunge and drop down so that that front knee is not going forwards. Now, when we do forward lunges, there is quite, well, people feel like they are going to step forward into it like this. And by doing that, as you're stepping forward, you can see straight away that I'm going into that forward knee motion, which is dangerous on your knee joints. So if we do forward lunges, and this is one of the reasons why I do backwards lunges a lot, forward lunges, you really need to step, stop, and drop that back knee down. So step forward, stop, so that you don't do this in your forward motion as you're stepping forward. Stop and drop down. The rest of the technique stays the same no matter what version you're doing. Now, I've got the trusty chair here. For those who haven't got great balance and find it quite hard, always hold on to something for support. Step, stop, and drop. Down, each leg. Same with the forward ones. Step forward, stop, drop straight down. Make sure that that back leg's coming down and not the front leg going forward. That is your lunge technique. A couple of things to remember. Remember, feet stay shoulder width apart. Step back quite deep so that both legs are vertical. Keep your chest upright. So you're not leaning forward. Make sure that the front knee doesn't move over your toes, and stop and drop the back knee to the floor. Good luck with those lunges, and I'm looking forward to seeing some great technique coming up in class soon.